Hi, this is Detlef.
In this video we will explain 3 tones in Burmese.
3 tones. Some people argue there are 4, even 5 tones.
Well, that's true, but I believe it is easier for beginners to start with 3 basic tones. And for that, let's take the vowel sound A as an example. The first tone would be A.
It sounds rather abrupt.
Indeed, and it is a bit short and creaky, so we call it the creaky tone.
And the second tone?
The second one sounds A.
This is a bit longer.
Yeah, it is longer and it has a lower pitch, so we call it the low tone.
And the third tone?
The third one is A.
This sounds a little bit higher.
Yep, it is higher and it has some breathiness, and we call it the high tone.
So if I recap, we have the creaky tone, the low tone and the high tone.
Correct. And now the 3 together. A, A, A.
This sounds rather clear to me now, but maybe we look at the example words that we have prepared for this exercise. So here we are with the first set of examples. What you need to know at the start is that Myanmar script indicates or signals the tone that is associated with a certain syllable or word. Now let's start with the example here. What you see here first is the consonant letter L, meaning moon. You have, when you move to the low tone, then you add this circle here. It's a half circle, and this turns the word into a low tone. It would sound something like la. By adding the colons here, you would transform this into a high tone. It would sound like la. And you see the meaning here is different. So la would mean moon, la means to come, la is a suffix that is used to indicate a yes or no question. Let's listen to the 3 words together.
La, la, la.
Now let's have a look at another example.
In this set, we take a different letter, wa, which looks like a circle. It's quite easy. But this time, the low tone, it takes a different symbol. Instead of a half circle, it's a bit longer one.
Yeah, so I will just try to circle this. So this is wa. And normally you would expect this one for the sound A, for the vowel sound A. But if you write it like this, then
it would look like another letter in the alphabet, which is da. So to avoid this ambiguity, we use a different symbol for A.
And it looks like this.
Yep. And then wa would become wa, which means yellow. And the last one, as usual, you just put a marker like a colon.
This is here.
Yeah. Then you will get the last tone, high tone, wa, which means to chew or blood.
And if you read them together.
Wa, wa, wa.
Yeah, quite a difference. This is a good example to compare low tone and high tone.
Okay, you have actually almost the same sentence, but only the first word is different. In the first example, you would say wa ni the la.
So this is wa, and this one symbols ne.
And the la.
And la, the word that we already introduced, the famous suffix, exactly.
Yep.
And now if you compare this
and the next one
with the red one, yeah.
Here we say wa ni the la. So the two almost sound very much similar, but in fact they carry different meanings. So when you say wa ne the la, it means it's something yellow, but when you say wa ne the la with the high tone, then you mean it's something blood.
I think here we move to an interesting other example, because we are changing now the vowel sound. So before we had the vowel sound a, now we change to the vowel sound e. Maybe you explain and as usual, the script gives you clear indications what it means. Maybe you explain this?
Yep, here, first of all, the consonant letter is ta.
This is this one.
With the two circles close together. And for the creaky tone, we have a small circle above this letter ta. And then we make it T, which means to touch. When we move to the low tone, the second tone, then the circle has a curve inside. And we pronounce it T, which means lottery. And the last one, like in the case of the previous vowel, you just add a colon.
And it makes it umbrella.
Yeah, and then you would say T. The three together, T, T, T.
Shall we take another vowel sound?
Yep. This time the vowel sound is U. And by the way, the consonant letter this time is a bit different. So here we have the combination of the two circles. The first one looks like a reversed number 6, and the second is a circle, and they are put together.
A bit difficult to draw, but okay.
Then you get the letter sa in Burmese. Then for the creaky tone of this vowel sound, we have a stroke underneath the letter, which gives the sound U. But together with the letter sa, you get su, which means price or a word. And for the low tone, you just put two strokes under the letter. You get U here, and together with sa, it will be su, which means to scold or noisy.
And the high tone is the usual.
For the high tone, yeah, we just add the usual marker. Then the vowel sound is U. You will get su, meaning thorn or prick.
And if you read them together?
Su, su, su.
To summarize, we have looked at 3 different vowel sounds.
A, a, a. E, e, e. And U, u, u. I'm now going to present an exercise with 3 phrases to demonstrate tones in context. This is for you to recognize different tones. Now let's listen to the first phrase and repeat. Ni, 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 de. By the way, it means the light is red. Now listen again and try to concentrate on the first 2 syllables and identify the tones. Mi, ni, ni, de. Can you recognize the tones? Yes? The first one is the high tone, mi. And the second one, ni, is the low tone. Again, the whole sentence. Mi, ni, ni, de. And the same exercise again. Just listen and repeat. Su, ju, ya, me. That means you will get the prize. Listen again and concentrate on the first 2 syllables. Su, ju, ya, me. Are you alright with the tones? Yeah, the first one is the creaky tone, su. And the second, the low tone, ju. Again, the whole sentence, su, ju, sha, me. Now comes the third and last phrase for you. And this time, please pay attention to the last 3 syllables. Okay, ready? Here we go. Tu ga saya ma la. That means, is she a teacher? Okay, again. Don't forget to focus on the last 3 syllables. Tu ga saya ma la. Is that okay for you? Did you manage to identify the tones? Okay, the first one, ja, carries the low tone. Ma is the creaky tone. And the last one, which is a suffix, la, of course, carries the high tone. Here, have a look at the 3 phrases together, and you will see Myanmar script on the left side and the interpretations on the right side. And we put different colors to guide you to associate between the script and the meanings. Listen. Mi, ni, ne, de, su, ju, ja, me, tu, ga, saya, ma, la.
And I think this one here means teacher, no? This together. So you see we have put black, blue and orange together. Seyama. And this one is a familiar symbol.
A suffix.
The suffix.
Yes or no question.
Correct. Maybe you repeat.
Mi, ni, ne, de, su, ju, ja, me, tu, ga, saya, ma, la.
So this is the end of our first video lesson, and we would like to summarize the key points.
Yep. In Burmese, the vowel sounds come with 3 different tones that can change the meanings of a word. We call them creaky, low and high tones.
Yeah, indeed, and they are sort of a headache for Westerners because they're not easy to identify. You will have noticed it in our lesson. Well, sometimes the context helps, so you will automatically realize which tone is involved. But also, what helps is they are often in a relative position to each other, so it's relatively difficult to identify them alone. But together, they are quite distinguishable. For instance, the low tone versus the creaky tone, or low tone versus the high tone. What is also quite helpful is that the script of Myanmar language indicates or marks the different tones. So you can identify quite clearly in the majority of cases how to pronounce a certain syllable or word. Well, this is it, and we hope you enjoyed our first video lesson. We will be back very soon with a follow-up, and in the meantime, don't forget to visit our website www.embracemyanmar.com.